Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Punk Rock Review, home of a bunch of opinionated crap you don't care about, also the home of the feedback you provide that we don't care about, keeps us on an even playing field, and we like that. Real quick shout out to our sponsor. Anyhow, moving straight into it today. Today we're going to be talking about a group that's been around for years and years and decades, and that's right, years and years and decades have gone by since these dudes have first dropped, some albums and stuff, and the thing with these dudes is that, man, this group has transformed over the years, and, a couple members have passed on, and, dudes have definitely seemingly gone their own ways, and, things of that nature, and the group has morphed into something that, years ago it was nothing kind of close to, but with how these dudes, and of course we're talking about the one and only Kottonmouth Kings, name of the new album in question is going to be 25 to Life, how these dudes have progressed, and now, predominantly it's kind of, led by D-Loke and everything, one of the original, of course, KMK members and everything, and, regardless of how you look into their history and who owns what part of what, and, who had a falling out here or there, or, whatever happened, to have at least one of the original kind of founding members and whatnot in their new endeavors definitely leads to some of the, kind of aspects of what they used to be able to bring to the table and whatnot, still having, kind of standard vibe through the entire album. But it is noticeably different how, you don't have all of the original members that can play off of each other and that just have that synergy from having played together for, as many years as they did. So, like we said, as far as the group dynamics and everything, it's definitely a Kottonmouth Kings album, 25 to Life is. But, the thing about this one is that if this were Kottonmouth Kings' very first album, and we were hearing this group for the very first time, and 25 to Life was the very first, obviously, album that we were listening to and such, I don't know if it would have been enough to make us as big of fans of KMK as, we were back when, Rolling Stoned all the way to number 7, Cloud 9, all those ones, kind of in their mid-discography and such. If 25 to Life was one of the first albums we heard of theirs, definitely wouldn't have been as big of fans of these dudes as we were and are. And, the thing about 25 to Life, though, is that because we have heard a lot, not a lot, all of their, earlier catalog and everything and what they used to do and used to bring to the table, 25 to Life within their last album or two definitely shows promise as to the direction that the group's going into. So definitely touches back on some of the rock and kind of punk roots and stuff like that. Probably a little too heavily, in our opinion, on this album and such. But, knowing where KMK came from and knowing the kind of slope that these guys are heading in, working an uphill battle with new members of the groups and, whatever legal issues may or may not have arisen and such, over the last years and everything. Man, these dudes have an uphill battle, but the sounds from 25 to Life, albeit not our favorite across the board, definitely show promise for the group, for the first time that, we've heard in the last 2 or 3 albums that these dudes have dropped. And that promise is very promising, just because if they get on that trajectory where they go and they're creating, all of their classic kind of sounds and hits and whatnot, it's definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with and to still check out and, be on board with and whatnot, because, of course, they'll come correct with the, tunes for your earpiece holes. So, KMK, 25 to Life, a lot can be said about this one, a little heavier on the, punk rock, on this one than we would like it to be, but, man, when you hit those kind of slower songs and whatnot, that's where this album shines, and that's where you get that nostalgia sound like, hey, man, these guys still know what's going on, at least, whoever's left around, still knows what's going on and still knows the direction they need to take the group, and so that is very, very promising. So KMK, 25 to Life, What can be said about you? Well, you get a good old-fashioned P for promising, because for real, while it's not, I would say, a flawless album or anything, even something that we would go back and listen to again, repetitiously or anything like that, definitely, on the promising trajectory of where they're going. And if they keep that up and they can synergize more with the, kind of members that are playing the music now and everything, man, you synergize more, get some more playtime together under your belt, and next album should be fairly, decent right off the bat. And just from the more time these dudes synergize together, or at least the newest members, KMK, whatever, it doesn't matter. Have a good one. You probably didn't. We'll catch you next time. Probably won't.